One thing I want to address with you, because I've heard it over and over again by conservatives, by Christians, by opportunist leftists, is this little slogan that says, violence is always wrong. That is absolutely not true. Violence is not always wrong. Violence is actually a tool. And as a tool, it can be used for good or it can be used for evil. It is not always wrong. Christ himself employed it in the temple with the money changers. God himself is declared to be a man of war by the scriptures. Another thing that I've heard is that if you engage in any kind of violence, even the most tepid matter of it, then you're like a Marxist. You're a Marxist. You're behaving like a Marxist because you used violence. That's absolutely not true at all. I'm left thinking, when I hear this from people, have they ever considered our own founding fathers here in America? I think a lot of people have kind of this sanitized view of America's founding, where there was no violence. But the truth of the matter is, there were many acts of violence by America's founders prior to the war ever beginning. If you look at the Stamp Act, massive amounts of violence associated with that over months of time. When you look at the Boston Tea Party, and 100 other examples, our founders weren't Marxists. Marxists didn't even exist then. So to tell someone that if you engage in violence, you're just like the Marxists is not true. Again, violence is a tool. It can be used for good or it can be used for evil. That's what people need to understand. And Christian men have understood this down through the ages. When you read the writings of the early churchmen, they wrote about just wars. When you look at so many churchmen over the centuries, Zwingli, for example, died on the field of battle. John Bunyan, who wrote Pilgrim's Progress, the second most published book in the world, only behind the Bible, he actually was in Oliver Cromwell's army. He was an Ironside, and he killed men while he was in the army. Christian men have always viewed pacifism as a heresy, because it is. And the reason this little slogan of violence is always wrong gets any footing here in America in our day is because we're a weak, effeminate, pathetic, wealth-drunk, materialistic-driven society that's soft and full of ease. And the truth of the matter is, when you look at the history of nations, almost all of them were founded in the midst of violence, of bloodshed. Now, we want you to learn about a tool that can often be employed to rein in the tyranny of government officials bloodlessly. America may be beyond this point now, but it still needs to be attempted and tried. And as the nation's breaking apart, it's needful for people to understand. I'm talking about the doctrine of the lesser magistrate. It gives a blueprint found in Scripture, proven in history, often to rein in the tyranny of the superior authority and the evil they're doing. And we have an evil government. The federal beast has been lawless and outside their constitutional restraints for decades already. And they're about to unleash hell on this nation. So I encourage you to go to our website, defytyrants.com, subscribe, and also subscribe here to our YouTube channel. And we'll be releasing more videos in the days ahead. God bless you.